Well, good evening. Welcome to our humble abode. I was just commenting to my wife coming down, or just before we came down, that you all look very young. But then again, many of you are very young. And as I was telling the film crew from the other film crew, which is
over here.
Okay. The other film crew, with the dwarf behind the camera, the QLA Dan Peña message seems to resonate a lot more in the last several years with young kids. And surprisingly enough, and happily enough, the young kids have the money to come here. Otherwise, we wouldn't have so many young faces. I'm not going to go around and shake everybody's hand. I'm not here to maybe your friend, certainly. And as the little bit that Craig played about pushing you, while you may think that's funny, we have had people here at the seminar piss their pants. We have people here at the seminar pass out. A psychiatrist, English psychiatrist, pass out and crack her head open. We've had people here at the fucking seminar shit their fucking pants. In the seminar. In the fucking seminar, shit their pants. We've had plenty of people cry. And those are just the starters.
Pneumonia.
Oh, exactly. Thank you, Jamie. And I've told the young people, you're not here to make friends, and don't talk to the older people, except for two exceptions in that rule. Robert, where's Robert?
Not here.
He's not here, okay. And Jamie. They're repeaters and successful and have done deals, and the only people in the room that you can learn anything from. Everybody else, you start as a loser when you start this, irrespective that you paid money. And a few of you made some money. We've got some people here worth 15, 20, 25 million bucks, which to a lot of you may mean something, but it doesn't mean dick to me. And because if that's all you're interested in, then you came to the wrong place. But and when you go out for 2 nights, you go out to dinner on your own. And it's not the bond. Really, it's to give me a break. But not the bond. But what you'll do is you'll try to swap spit. Hopefully, only metaphorically speaking. Except we do have a woman. We don't normally have women. But you want to know, you're up there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason we put you up there at Carrington Cottage.
Okay.
For your safety. For your safety.
Okay.
Although she's English, and she's probably a slag like most English girls, although I'm married to an English girl. But there's a reason why we put the woman, or and even if there were 2 women, we'd make you share to keep you out of there, the clutches of the rest of you guys. But it's going to be hard going. And for those of you that have been before, and that's Jamie and Robert, the seminar has taken a different turn. The last several years, the seminar is, notwithstanding it's been for high performance people, it's been towards the psychology of being a high performance person, as opposed to the psychology of winning, which Dennis Waitley, my old buddy, coined 35, 40 years ago, and it was the first seminar I ever attended, psychology of winning. And but there's a difference between you being a winner, some of you ostensibly think you're winners, and being a high performance person. A winner is he wins the 100 meters. A winner, he convinces somebody to go out with him. A winner is getting this kid in Yale when she's a dipshit or he's a dipshit. Of course, do we have only one Yalie in the room? Jamie, you're the only Yalie, okay. But a high performance person, it's a way of life. It's being all you can fucking be every fucking day, every microsecond that you're awake. And that's where I am after 45, 47 years of practicing this. And intellectually, QLA is easy. It's easy. Emotionally, it's a motherfucker. And having read all your files at least twice as they would say in Kentucky, some of you are going to have a hard fucking time. Because we have 2 bank accounts in life. We have an emotional bank account and we have a financial bank account. And some of you got a few bob. a few bucks, a few dollars, a few shekels, a few whatever, got a few. But that's, but if you were happy, we only make change for two reasons, inspiration or desperation. I think, ostensibly, we have 4 or 5 of you that are actually inspired to be here. There's 23 of you. 4, possibly 5. Stretching, maybe 6. The rest of you are desperate. Not desperate because you haven't had some success. Because some of you have. Desperate because you don't know what to do next. So I'm on first base. What do I do now? 2 bank accounts in life, financial and emotional. Most of you and your parents and your grandparents and whoever else has coached you in the past have told you to be concerned about your financial bank account. The financial bank account will come. It's your emotional bank account that I'm here to stretch. Some of you have 0 emotional bank accounts. Or I should say 0 in your emotional bank account. We all have emotional bank accounts, but a lot of you have 0. My job is to peel you down, to rip you down the first few days, and then build you up, and at the very last moment, it's like sex, it all comes at the end, give you the tools to go out and do what you're capable of. Now, I've done a podcast on how to get the fucking money. It's the second least viewed podcast I did. I've done. Yes, ostensibly you're worried about how to get the fucking money. We're going to talk about it. Why doesn't anybody look at it? I've done another podcast called Do You Have to Be an Alpha Male to Be a High Performance Person and Follow QLA? It's the next least looked at podcast. So the 2 most important fucking things, you don't have to spend the 20 grand to come here, nobody looks at. I contend that because it's a joke, you're not really interested in being a high performance person. All you want to do is tweak what little sorry fucking habits you've got now to make some more money. You'll fail. That dog fucking doesn't hunt. And it won't hunt. And that's why a partner at a Big 4 accounting firm shit his pants here. That's why a psychiatrist passed out and cracked her fucking head open here. And that's why numerous people are pissed. And by the way, when they piss your pants, it doesn't do like the movies. You know how they show the pee on the ground? It doesn't do that. It sticks to your pant legs. And it just has a big stain. If you see pee on the ground, I mean, it's because you cut your bladder open. It doesn't work that way. Just so, and like when you die, all the muscles and shit, all that. Well, some people think that they died here and they didn't go to heaven. We played Darth Vader for a reason. We played Darth Vader because a lot of people, a lot of the names that you would know and that I poke fun at all week, think that I'm the Darth Vader of this business. But I'm not in the business. I'm not a success coach. I don't even know what the fuck a life coach is. I'm not a life coach, and I'm certainly not a personal development coach. I'm a high performance coach. And we've had Olympians, you name it, we've had them here. And for those of you that have been, I'm not going to ask you, we'll talk about it in the seminar, ever a world-class athlete, they understand the commitment angle better. For those of you that have been the top of something, and I'm not talking about graduating the top of your class at some school. In fact, that is a detriment to you. That's a detriment.
I'm not in danger of that.
No. But you were the some shit scholar. Remember we were talking about? Yeah. Okay. Now, see, he's got all the attributes that ostensibly you should be super successful. You are now. But I mean, before with all your education and all the schools and all that stuff. But he wasn't happy. Where's the doctor? Oh, there you are, sneaking up on me, yeah. Now, he should be happy, the little shit.
Should be.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not, he wants some more in his life. He's a vascular surgeon, if I remember correctly. Doc, I want to talk to you about my vein here. Anyway, he's a vascular surgeon, makes a lot of money, but he's here. There's 3 or 4 of you in the room that, and I'm not going to point out in the seminar, say, oh, he made good. If the rest of you knew how much money they made a year, you would say, what the fuck are they doing here? Because money's not everything. It's the only thing anybody keeps track of, but it's not everything. And what I tell the kids, and there's a lot of kids in the room, what I tell the kids is that instead of carrying marching and doing that, go make a bunch of money like Gates did, and then go do some good with it. Sally and I have been blessed. We've made a lot of money. We support 3 orphanages, the school in Rwanda, with that and all this stuff, and we give a lot of scholarships to East LA kids where my father went to high school. But we made the money. You know, I could go protest at the Board of Education in Los Angeles, would be like pissing in the wind, and say that they should give more scholarships to the kids in East LA where I came from. What's that going to? It's going to accomplish nothing. It's easier for Sally and I to write checks every year to send, 5, 6 kids to university. And ours is a student athlete. They have to get so good a grades and be an athlete. And I didn't realize till this year or last year, when I was in high school, you used to get a letter. If you played football, you got a letter. And normally you wore a Letterman sweater or a Letterman jacket or some shit like that. And my dad was he lettered in 3 sports. So I said, when I'm giving the scholarships and I look at it, I said, how come it doesn't say anything on their resumes? And they participated in 3 sports, 4 sports. We don't give letters anymore, Mr. Peña. We give letters of participation. Like, what the fuck's that mean? You mean these fuckers, no, we're not giving any scholarships, you mean you show up on the bench and he says, yes. I said, no, we're changing that. These guys have to have played at least half the time in the football game. And so then it changed the criteria the last couple of years. But now it's just like they have the new system. They don't have winners, everybody gets an award. There's no first, second, third place. That's hard for me to accept. And I realize I'll be 70 in a few days. But I mean, I believe that the political correctness that exists in the world today, is nothing more than a manifestation of lack of self-esteem. And Donald Trump, God love him, and I know him, and I don't agree with some of the stuff he does, and I'm a minority, and my mother came across illegally from Mexico to Texas in 1924-25, but the reason why he's resonating so much with Americans, Republicans anyway, is because he tells it how it is. And for so many years in America, not just America, but around the world, except for Russia, China, and some places like that, they don't tell it how it is. And so we have, it's like I tell the Brits, 150 years ago, Britain ruled 2/3 of the world with gunboat diplomacy. Fuck you, you cunt, as they would say in Glasgow. And they just took what they wanted. But I believe that the Brits invented political correctness. Because now they wouldn't say shit if it was in their mouth. Well, if you expect to use QLA the next year and not say shit if it was in your mouth, you might as well leave now. We don't give you your money back. You might as well leave now and make it easy on both of us. And there's a reason why I give the mentor program for free. Because that means I can throw your fucking ass out any fucking time I feel like it. If I don't wake up with a hard-on, if I wake up with a hard-on, if I get diarrhea, and your name is the first name that comes to mind, he's out. The mentor program's free. And if you'll notice, well, you won't notice yet, but we've had people quit tonight in the program. Tonight. Mostly they quit on graduation night. Now some of you are looking at me like I'm making this shit up. Now why would you quit the first fucking night you're here? At least you're not getting your money back, you might as well eat the fucking food. But you send around a list, and the list is going to say you got 23 people here now. In month 1, you'll probably still have 22 or 23. In month 2, 19. By month 6, 14. By month 9, 12. And I know you're all saying it's not going to be me. I'm not going to quit. I've got the cojones, I've got the grit, I've got the stuff. And we're going to give a class example, and he's here, because I normally talk about him every seminar. He and another MBA started together. He succeeded. Of course, he listened to me, but he succeeded, and the other guy, he's Canadian. How many Canadians do we have? You got a problem. Canadians are cunts. Anyway, they're not as big of cunts as Brits, but they're cunts. How many English? Other than you, Sally. How many English? One, the slag. Okay. Any Scots? Irish? We've got 3 Polish. Who are the Polish? Don't be embarrassed. Put your fucking hands up. 3 Polacks. Germans, Nazis. How many?
Here.
Oh, you're a double dipper. Okay. Okay. And then we got everybody. New Zealand. They're lazy cunts too. New Zealand. How many? No? Somebody lives in New Zealand.
Australia?
No. So who lives in New Zealand now? Somebody's a lying cunt.
There were a couple people that didn't check in, I think.
Oh, okay. Australia.
Yes.
Okay, well, now they're not bad. They're not bad. Australians, you know, when they got rid of the Aussies to send them down there as criminals, there was some good blood in that shit. There was definitely some good blood. But I will do whatever it takes to get you across the goal line. I get off my sexual gratification, part of it anyway. That's a bigger part of it. But part of it is that to bring you sorry cunts across the goal line. I feel like Forrest Gump. You saw the movie Forrest Gump when he's carrying all those fuckers and he got the Medal of Honor? That's why my wife says I have arthritis in my back. For 22 years I've been carrying big fat cunts like you across the goal line. And I do believe in stupid questions. Contrary to what some professors tell you, there are no stupid questions. In this fucking deal there are. If you ask me a fucking question that I covered while you're in the seminar, or that you should have read before you got here, I will peel you like a fucking onion. Because that's the world that I come from. You're not allowed mistakes. You're not allowed mistakes. Trump, even though he made a couple of faux pas, he's turned them into positives. High performance people may be wrong, but they're never in doubt. I'm going to say it again. High performance people may be wrong, but they're never fucking in doubt. Donald Trump, God love him, is a classic example of that. Now, there's not too much chance he's going to be president. I'd vote for him if I still voted. Because he'd be a sight better. And when he means he's going to take all 11, he just said it yesterday, 11 million aliens from Mexico, and he's going to personally escort them out of the fucking country, he means it. When he says he's going to tell the Chinese to go fuck yourself and put it up your fucking slanted eyed ass, he means it. Now the irony of all this is that we have had presidents like him before. Back in the 17 and 1800s. That didn't believe in political... Now, George Washington wasn't one of them, and Adams wasn't one of them. But, I mean, we did have people that didn't believe... Ulysses S. Grant was one that didn't believe in political correctness. So it's not likely he'll get elected. But if he wins the Republican nomination, there'll be some fun, as my wife would say, in this upcoming election. Now, having had the privilege of meeting Maggie Thatcher at her prime, there wasn't much politically correct about her either. So that'll be it for right now. I'm not going to ask you for any questions because I don't give a fuck. What you want to ask me. Again, don't get too friendly with each other because the guy standing next to you or the guy you're sitting next to at dinner may not be here the next day. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.